Coming up on today's episode,
I really don't think that I'm going to make this.
I actually have quite a very big chance of failing all of this before I even start.
Let's hope we'll leave in 18 minutes.
I can't believe I'm still here doing this. Hello. Well, here we are. Darwin Airport, the start of the big adventure. 8 cities starting here in Darwin, all in 24 hours. So it's going to be a long day. My first plane, I think, is just about to land, so it's on time. I'm a bit freaked out about this. I'm a bit nervous. It's up to the aviation gods right now. I'm out of control of everything. So if anything gets cancelled or there's any storms or bad weather, then, well, there's nothing I can do about that. So the first plane's here. I'm going to head to Brisbane first on a Jetstar flight.
before we go inside, let's jump back a couple of days. You see, to get to Darwin, I had to leave at 3:30 in the morning to get to the airport, where I took 2 flights to get from Sydney to here. My plan was to spend the whole day here, take a little look around, and that before my midnight flight. But that didn't exactly work out. So here I am going through security on what will probably be 23 hours of travel on just a few hours sleep. The things I do for YouTube.
Gate 11. So my inbound plane is on time. So my first flight should be on time. When we get to Brisbane, it's a pretty easy layover there. I've got an hour and 45 minutes to connect.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
This flight's going to be in the dark. I'll get in at 4:45 a.m. So I'm just going to try and sleep because I haven't had sleep today. I'm going to need some.
We are currently checking cabin bags that are being brought on today's flight.
They just gave the second announcement about bags to weigh them.
When you call 3 flights worth of people to weigh their cabin baggage, it would be nice to have someone actually waiting there.
They say come to gate 9, no one's here.
Eventually they did arrive, only to be arguing with every second passenger, so this took a while.
That's right, they're weighing everyone's bags, stopping everyone if it's over 7. I paid for 14, so I'm lucky.
And that's not the only good news, because after all that waiting, it's now time to board my flight to Brisbane.
Flight number 1. Boarding nice and early. Time for sleep. I'll see you in Brisbane.
This flight took me 2,851 kilometres from Darwin to Brisbane, with a flight time of 3 hours and 45 minutes. Darwin is half an hour behind Brisbane, so we need to wind our clocks forward to 4:30 a.m. here.
Brisbane, Queensland, city number 2. Now I have an hour and a half wait here. My next flight is with Virgin, but it's actually operated by Alliance. It's a Fokker 100 to Canberra. This connection, I've only got 50 minutes because they changed the time of my next flight. But my app, which I'm using Flighty, tells me that 50 minutes is actually enough. So I'm sure it's enough if we're on time. So I'm hoping we're on time. The flight isn't actually up on the board yet. Let's go get the little fucker.
And of course by that I mean the Fokker 100 plane, and my flight is the first of the day for this aircraft, so there should be no problems here.
So this next connection, I have 50 minutes. They changed my departure time on my next plane for 10 minutes earlier, so I've only got 50 minutes there.
Short delay to the boarding of your aircraft due to the late arrival of your operating aircraft from the hangar. We will be boarding soon. Until then, we appreciate your patience and we'll keep you up to date.
We're running late. Supposed to depart in 10 minutes.
Not good at all. With the plane already being here and the crew ready, it seems they're late bringing it from the hangar.
I actually have quite a very big chance of failing all of this before I even start. This plane is quite late. It says site to connection now. I might still make my next flight, which is a Link Airways flight, but it's not showing anything, so if it's late I won't make the next connection, so I don't really know how the next 2 flights are going to plan out, how I'm going to get to Sydney or whatnot. I guess we just have to go with it, but I'm a bit stressed. I think we're boarding.
Ordinarily, a delay like this would be fine, but in order to complete this ridiculous challenge, I need all these flights to be on time. And if we thought boarding 20 minutes late was bad enough, we seemed to wait for a very, very long time on the plane, doing nothing. This sucks.
We just seem to be waiting and waiting and waiting. Waiting more and more and more. So I really think I'm gonna miss my next flight. It's not looking good at all.
Finally, they closed the doors some 40 minutes late, making my connection time basically nothing. You see, my next flight was scheduled for 10 past 10, but last night they sent me a reschedule email with an updated departure time of 10 AM sharp. That change is looking to be the thing that breaks me.
I must apologise for the delay on today's flight. As you can probably see looking at the window, we didn't get the aeroplane onto the bay until quite late, so unfortunately there's not much we can do about that. However, we are now flying at a bit of a lower altitude, a bit faster, try and make up as much time as we can. I've got us coming into Canberra at the moment. It's probably disembarking around about 10 o'clock local time, and the time in Canberra, if you adjust your watches, is now 8:45.
I really don't think that I'm going to make this. He says he's going to get us there at disembark at 10 o'clock, but we've got 20 minutes to land and we're still over Newcastle. So the other flight, just before I took off, showed the flight before it was supposed to go from Canberra to Sydney and back to Canberra. It got cancelled. So it's probably waiting ready on time at Canberra Airport, but hopefully it's delayed 10-15 minutes. That would help me a lot, but I really don't like my chances here.
This flight took me 955 kilometres from Brisbane to Canberra, with a flight time of 1 hour and 50 minutes. My next flight is due to depart at 10 AM sharp, and we're landing at 2 past 10 AM. But straight away I spot my plane sitting at the gate, and with a bit of luck, we pull up right next to it.
The plane is right next to it.
Thankfully, I pre-planned for these things and strategically booked the front of the plane.
Hell, I'm gonna make it. Boarding. They're still coming off.
We're on the screen. Perfect.
Thank you. There's my plane there, they're just getting off. How lucky is that? Whew. Straight off and straight off.
That was maybe the quickest connection in history. I ran straight off one flight and onto the next, with the plane door closing right behind me.
Service 641 to Sydney, service operated by Link Airways.
And I did film this during daylight savings, so clocks go forward to daylight saving time. This flight, with Link Airways, thankfully took off 19 minutes late, closing the doors at its original departure time, which I'm very thankful for. And they also brought around a little snack and some much needed water, which I was also very thankful for. This is my shortest flight today, taking me 238 kilometres from Canberra to Sydney, with a flight time of 1 hour and 1 minute. Link Airways flights arrive at bus gates, Now I've flown with Link Airways before, and we were dropped right off at the arrivals hall, which means going back up to departures and through security again. But that thankfully wasn't the case here, and we ended up straight into airside, saving me a lot of time.
There are so many things I wanted to say at Canberra, and obviously it didn't have a chance. So one of those things was that was the shortest trip I'm taking today, and also the smallest plane, the Saab 340B. The other thing was about my connection here. So this flight, he says, is a risky connection. It was an hour 10, but I've come straight up into departures, so I don't need to go through security and everything, so that's a win. And I have over an hour for my next flight, which is on time. It should be landing any minute, and that's to Hobart. The connection in Hobart is also risky. I think there they do usher you out into the arrivals hall. I've never been there, and I can't find any proper information on it. So I'm hoping this plane's on time, because I need to go out and go back in, but I don't think that'll take me too much time. I can't believe I'm still here and in the game. I can't believe I made that. I literally got up from one plane, ran to the next, and didn't stop at all until I sat down. You know, right now I need a coffee. I've been going for a long time and I've had no coffee.
With the coffee in hand, I make my way to the gate for my flight to Hobart, which is with Jetstar again.
Reached halfway. We are on time, boarding 13 minutes left.
As we made our way out to the runway, we had the ground support cars come and say hello. Oh look, it's car number 5, Sid Squad. This flight is one that historically left late, often missing its connection, so I was very happy that it departed on time. Also, ask anyone how many states and territories there are in Australia, and they will say 8, often forgetting this little guy, Jervis Bay Territory. There's no capital city there, but there is an airport. This is military only, so I'm not going there, but it's nice to at least see it today. This flight takes us 1,041 kilometres south across the Bass Strait to Hobart, with a flight time of 1 hour and 53 minutes. Once in Hobart, we depart by a ramp, and to my joy, head straight into the airside again.
Hobart, Tasmania. Tick.
Hobart Airport is quite small, with just one large hall, but it is very busy, especially for the small amount of flights here.
So I didn't need to exit at the arrivals and come back in. I just came straight in, which is nice, but my next flight left Melbourne to here 40 minutes late. It does show that it's going to land 20 minutes late. I have another risky connection in Melbourne, which is an hour and 15. 20 minutes is fine. Let's hope it's not much further than that. Also, my ears are blocked. Can't hear anything. Alright, my plane just arrived 25 minutes late. It's telling me I'm going to get there with a 50-minute layover. Melbourne Airport has a map, and you can choose between which terminals, which gates, and it says it's a 9-minute walk, so it should be fine.
Handheld devices such as mobile phones and small gaming consoles can be used during takeoff.
Leaving Hobart is a sense of relief, as Melbourne is my last risky connection, so any upcoming minor delays will hopefully not affect me too much. This flight from Tasmania to the mainland took us 1 hour and 9 minutes to head the 618 kilometres. land in Melbourne 22 minutes late, but I still have 48 minutes until my next flight, making this a 9-minute walk in the park, especially compared to this morning.
Melbourne, Victoria. Tick. I've made this flight pretty much on the home stretch. I have a 2.5 hour layover in Adelaide. The other plane's on time, so hopefully nothing else should go wrong. I'm happy, not like this morning. I think I've hit a brick wall. I'm surprised I got this far, to be honest. Did well. And now I'm done.
I'm flying with Virgin to Adelaide, and thankfully the plane's already here.
Flight number 6.
First, before helping others. There's a life jacket under or beside your seat.
The flight between Melbourne and Adelaide is 1.5 hours, taking us 641 kilometres to South Australia, where the clocks have to go back 30 minutes to South Australia time. And on approach we are treated with a great view of Tailem Bend and the Murray River.
Adelaide, South Australia. I have 2.5 hours here. I need to find some decent food for dinner. Try not to fall asleep, because I could easily do that and then just miss my last plane. So I have one flight left, Virgin to Perth, and just to, address the elephant in the room, Qantas. I haven't taken any Qantas flights. Well, the reason is actually just connections. If there was one that worked, I would have taken it. I did not take Qantas for any reason, but having said that, the 2 connections that I could have taken left. They have their own separate terminals at both places, which make connecting to non-Qantas flights not easy. Also, I hear that they frown upon people with cameras and they yell at people and tell them to turn it off, so I didn't really want that to happen either. So it all worked out in the end. My last flight looks like it's on time, and unless there's some sort of catastrophic failure or I fall asleep standing up here at the airport and miss it, I should get to Perth within the 24 hours, which makes me really happy, especially since this morning I actually thought, I can't believe I'm still here doing this. So last flight. It's night time for this one, so I'm just going to sleep through it. So I'll see you in Perth. Last flight. Let's go. Can't wait for this to be over.
Allowed when flying with us. If you need a hand with anything, let us know and we'll be right with you.
Our final flight takes off on time, and is a full flight, so there's not much sleep. Our final flight of the day takes us west 2,117 kilometres to Perth, with the flight taking 3 hours and 6 minutes. We also have to wind our clocks back 2.5 hours here, to Western Australian time. We land in our final destination, Perth, 14 minutes early, meaning I made it to every capital city in Australia in 23 hours and 14 minutes. I'm so happy and grateful to have finally made the finish line. There's so many things that could have gone wrong here, but here I am. I've also never been so tired in my entire life. What a day.
Perth, Western Australia. Tick. All of them. Tick, tick, tick. There we go. 7 flights, 23.5 hours. Don't know what to say. I made it. Didn't think I would, especially earlier in the day, but I made it. I'm delirious. I'm tired. And I'm here. So now I go to sleep, go to my hotel, and
I think that pretty much sums it up. And as I leave the airport, I also realise I've been airside the entire day as well. I wonder what the record for longest time airside domestically in Australia is.
Also, I've been airside for 23 and a half hours. This is the first time going back the other way. I'm in Perth. My first time here, my first time here in Western Australia. Gonna get a taxi back to the hotel.
On the way back, let's go over the numbers. The total time today got me in with 46 minutes to spare, totaling 23 hours and 14 minutes. Time spent in the air was 14 hours and 16 minutes, and the total distance travelled comes in at a whopping 8,461 kilometres.
Alright, it's the day after, and man, I'm feeling so dishevelled after that huge headache. And my eyes were bloodshot when I came out of the shower this morning. But that was, I don't know if fun was the word. It was a nice little challenge and something I don't think anyone else has done before. So I kind of wanted to give it a go. And I'm glad I did it. I wouldn't do it again, but yeah. If anyone else wants to have a go, go for it. Go see if you can beat that time. Hopefully it works out for you, like it did for me. Only just. But I'm going to go and explore Perth now. My first impressions are awesome. I actually really like it. I've only got one day here. It's 37 degrees. But what a quiet, relaxing, clean, and sort of futuristic as well place. That's just in the first 5 minutes. But thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that one. Please hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.